And hello everybody, this is the Hulk back to you with some Super Nintendo entertainment. And tonight we're going to play Soul Blazer, the first game of what we usually call the Soul Blazer trilogy by Quintet. This is an ARPG released in 1992. A very simple looking dungeon crawler. We're going to be looking at it more closely in a minute. So I hope I'm actually live. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, right. Thanks everybody for the good luck. GG's to the previous runner. Thanks Fiesel for running this marathon behind the scene, and all the other people setting us up. And just make sure that my timer works. It does. So let's get to it. Wait, we don't start the timer here. I almost forgot. Yeah, what name am I going to pick? I want a one-letter name, because that's faster. Let's pick E for reasons that some people might know. The timer starts now. Let's do this. So this is a game where the theme is repopulating the world, where all the creatures have been taken away, and they have been just given to an evil entity like a devil, which is called Death Toll, by an evil king called Magritte. Just in order to get rich, he made a pact with a devil, and he gave away all the souls of everybody in the world. And that's not cool. So I am some sort of envoy from God. He's called the Master in the game. And we have to repopulate the world. So here I equipped the magic that the magician gave me, and I also pre-equipped an item that I don't yet have. But this is a nice thing about this game: you can pre-equip inventory items by putting your cursor on the correct spot where the item is going to appear when you get it. And when you do get it, it will be counted as equipped. So that saves one menu access. How does this game work? It's basically trying to be efficient while killing these monster layers. You see those pink vortexes? These are monster layers, and enemies come out. And here, what I try to do is to be efficient by killing monsters from both monster layers at the same time. So I place myself in a certain way and threw fireballs at the enemies on the right, while I was killing the enemies on the left. Not too hard to do with the proper position. And the fireballs cost 4 gems each, and the gems are dropped by monsters. So gem management and luck is very important in the speedrun of this game. Because being lucky with gem drops is going to affect how fast you can go, and what kind of strategies you can use. Here I'm going to try to deal with these two monster layers at the same time. So spawn, kill, fireball to kill this guy, spawn the 4th imp over there, kill this guy, and there's one more here, kill him. There's just one more imp in the monster layer above. You should die with this fireball. There we go. So that was pretty optimized. There's a lot of monster layers in the game, and I don't have to do all of them. I just have to do some of them. So of course, as this is the any person's run, you will see me skip a lot of monster layers. They release some NPCs that I don't need, or some passages, some doors that I don't really need to visit. So here, spawn. I'm also dealing with 2 monster layers at the same time. Spawn. Yeah, that was the last one. I'm not sure I did it right. Okay, I think I did. Oh, nice! Nice! I got the zombie lair seal. So I managed to make it so I eliminated all the enemies from this monster lair, and I got that blue blob to kill me on the monster lair as it exploded, and that counts. So I can basically release the NPC while being dead. That's a pretty cool trick. It only saves half a second because the only benefit is that after that I kill myself to go back to the main village. and I normally need to heal to take 2 damage instead of 1. But there, as I had the glitch correct, I only needed to get hit once. So that saves about 1.5 seconds. It's a bit silly because it's a very minor time save, but it's kind of a cool glitch, so I'm lucky that I managed to show it off. It's not very hard not very easy to get in RTA. Not very easy. It also kind of depends on the timing of the blob. He can be sort of random. Oh, and you saw that earlier I finished this monster lair, but I did not release it. And that is because I knew that I had killed all the enemies, and the monster lair, once all the enemies are dead, the monster lair is available to be sealed, and even if I get out of the area. So as I knew that I would come back here later, might as well keep that monster lair intact and already proceed with the game as it was exploding to save some frames. Here we're gonna rescue Lisa. I have to manage not getting hit too much by the flames. That's the last enemy. Okay, I just took 1 damage, that's very good. We got Lisa. We're gonna have to talk to her, sort of, later in the game. I only have 9 gems. That's fine, but it's not super good. So let's talk about monster lairs. There's basically 3 kinds. Well, let's say 2. The last kind is very rare. There's monster lairs where enemies spawn 1 by 1. So the next enemy will only spawn when the previous enemy has been killed. And there are some multi-spawners, as we call them. So for those ones, the enemies spawn at a certain rate, and it doesn't matter if you kill the previous ones, the next ones will spawn after a certain period of time. So for those ones, you don't really need to kill each enemy optimally. You need to kill the last one optimally. Here. I only have 3, that's a shame. I don't have 4, so I will not be able to kill the last 2 with magic, so I'm just gonna go over there and kill them with my sword. There I waited a tiny bit in order to spawn the 4th imp before I went to the right to save some time, because spawning enemies is a bit slow. After an enemy has spawned, he will be invincible for about 1.5 seconds. But if you spawn him and then go away, the enemy will be spawned and his invincibility frames will be depleted. So that's a bit faster to do it like that, even if you have to wait a little bit more to spawn the enemy. Now we're gonna visit Lisa. She's asleep, but we have the Dream Rod. And the Dream Rod is equipped, because if you remember, that's the item that I pre-equipped at the beginning of the game. So no need for 1 extra menu to equip it. It's already equipped. So we saved the menu. There was no answer. That is so sad. Get out of my house. Alright. Oh, please come back and listen to my story. Lol, nope. I'm sorry, lady. I have other stuff to attend to. I'm such a good boyfriend. Unfortunately, there's really no way to escape from it. We have to visit the underground castle, so this dungeon, a 3rd time to go get the item that unlocks the next dungeon. And I'm gonna take some damage on the way. I hope that plant moved to the right, but that's fine. Here it is. I need the Leo's brush to proceed. Get to Leo's paintings, which is going to be the next time. So now let's die again. As you can see, I'm exploiting death a lot in this run, and it's not going to be the last of it. Exploiting death to go back to the Master Shrine is used a lot, is done a lot in this speedrun. But now it's okay, we have completed the underground castle, so let's go to Leo's paintings. So I noticed that I have 88 experience points. I need 12 more, and these guys give 3, so I'm gonna have to kill 4 to get to level 2. Okay, now I'm level 2, so I have 1 more attack point. So instead of just poking at enemies, I'm going to swing my sword, because now my sword does 1 more damage. Instead of just doing 1, it does 2. So it's more interesting, now it's become more interesting to to swing rather than poking. That was not very fast, it's okay. Only 6 gems, that's kind of average luck. The AIs of enemies are usually quite dumb, so in a lot of cases you can just tuck yourself into some sort of corner and attack enemies and keep at range of them and they will not hit you, as I did with those armored guys. So a lot of this game is just memorizing the optimal positionings to kill enemies with. So it's a pretty easy speed game to get into. Most of the complexity will be in optimizing other stuff, like managing multiple monsters at the same time, or knowing what to do with certain, depending on how many gems you have. Here I have a lot of gems, that's great. So this is a 1-by-1 spawner. So I'm gonna kill everybody with magic. Ah, that's okay. Because each magic is going to save a bit of time. That was a 1-by-1 spawner, so the fact that each kill was fast does matter. And here, I killed a lot of enemies to gain some experience. Because I'm really close to level 3, I'm gonna get it very soon, at 280 experience points. You can see my exp at the top there. Yeah, I did a quick sniper. And this is actually a multi-spawner with a pretty slow rate. So I'm killing the first 7 enemies just with my sword, and I will kill the last one with magic. Is that the last one? Okay, I did not miscount, that's good. Not too hard, but this boss is kind of difficult. I'm gonna use the herb that I just got in this dungeon to tank damage, and hopefully he will die before I do. Okay, that was an 1120 first world, which is not bad at all, I think. And now, you probably guessed it, we have done all the business that we have needed to do here. So just, let's use death as a shortcut. If you play the game casually, there are certain teleporters that you can unlock, but we're not gonna unlock the ones we don't need. We will unlock some of them, because there are some areas that need to be revisited. For example, in the next area, in the next region, we're gonna have to set up both of the teleporters. Both of them are gonna be required. Well, technically not required, but faster for the speedrun, so we will do them. So we got the first MacGuffin. There's 6 MacGuffins in this game, 6 stones, which unlock the world of evil. And we just got the first one. That was the end of the first world, sort of. Next step is Greenwood. And the speedrun is getting significantly harder now. Already the first room in the Lost Marshes is gonna be quite reliant on my gem luck. So I might have to adapt my strategies to how lucky I am with drops. Okay, let's kill first this guy. Wait here for the spawn on the top right corner. Waiting for the second bush enemy to spawn. Save some time. Oh, I got 17 gems, that's good. Let's try to kill all of these guys. Okay, nice. That was pretty lucky. They grouped together pretty nicely. So I'm glad. And I still have 10 gems to spare. That's great. Okay, here, you can't kill these enemies when their branch is deployed, so I have to wait for them to try to attack. and use my reflexes. If he went to the left, I had to also move, or I will be in the way of his attack. I should get the level up right here. That heals me completely. Level ups are really useful in the speedrun. Because, well, we should get them always at the same spots, pretty much. So we know when we can expect to get healed through. Nice gems. Yeah, I got a big gem drop. 33 gems, that's fair luck so far. So when you kill an enemy, he can drop either one gem, a small one, a medium gem, which is 5, and a big gem, which is 10. And as we progress through the worlds, the probabilities of getting better gems increases. So for the moment, the probability of getting big gems is fairly low. Let's count enemies, 4, 5. I'm also attracting enemies on the top to get some gems from them. I don't need to kill them, but it's nice for the experience and for the gems. That should be the last one, right? Enemies count. Good. Okay, that was not too bad. I used quite a few gems, but it's expected. Still 27. That's like decent. I did not kill everybody, so I have to dodge this mud enemy. And now we're gonna ignore quite a lot of this dungeon. We have done everything we needed to do here, so I'm just gonna go to the end of the dungeon, the water shrine, as it's called, and ignore all the rest. I don't need that. And next up is going to be the fire shrine, also a bit harder. Let's kill this flower first. Okay, now I'm going to place myself here and hope that most of these enemies, well, a certain number of them, will move down. That was the case for that second one. Oh, nice. If they move down, they would just not move at all. If they choose to move down, that's what I mean. They will not move at all, and I can hit them more quickly. Ah, that's super lucky. There was like 4 of them, I think. Ah, that was super lucky. That was really lucky. There was like 4 of them, which is pretty great luck. Now, again, another position to manage monster layers, and I'm gonna move up one tile to spawn the fire enemies on the top left corner, so that when I get over there, all 3 of them are already gonna be spawned, and I can just kill them with magic. Just like that. And make sure that you wait for the monster layer to get destroyed. Otherwise it actually doesn't count, and I will have to kill the enemies again. Because when you exit an area, or a room, the game does not memorize how many monsters you killed in each monster layer. It just memorizes if you have killed all of them or not, and if you have sealed the monster layer or not. That's all. These enemies move randomly, so I have to pay attention to where they are heading. Okay, that was pretty good. I took some hits though, but that's fine. I think I can still take the hit from the scorpion. Scorpions are metal enemies, and I'm not equipped yet to kill them, so I'm just gonna take this damage. Is RNG other enemy movements? Yes, drops, mostly. The gem drops, and that's very important for the run. Wait a bit. Okay, I only hit 2 of them. I think I'm gonna take another hit from these guys. Oh, maybe not. Okay, got lucky. And something else, I took a medical herb from a chest earlier in the water shrine. And my cursor in the inventory menu is already on the herbs, so I don't have to come back to it and equip it again. And here I got a magic which is technically not required, but so good that it's really worth taking it. I'm gonna try to accumulate these monster layers. Nice. Ah, too bad I couldn't kill this guy. Nice, both. Ah, I didn't kill the one on the top. Ah, he went to the top, that's unfortunate. He's back. Oh, no, it's okay, let's not try to kill him. If you can kill several of these enemies early, you would save quite some time, but it's extremely RNG dependent. Because their movement is totally random. Now, okay, I got 2 of them. There, I just used the herb. So now I have no herb. That's fine. Let's make sure that this lizard guy comes back. I can just stand here and they will let themselves get killed by me. Okay, I have 58 gems. It's not a huge number, but it should be enough. I think I'm gonna try not taking the gem chest. Yeah, let's be a bit bold. Let's be a bit bold. And I have enough health, I can tank some damage. Pre-hits? Yeah. Okay. Alright. I did that for the experience, not really for the gems. So as you can see, the light arrow magic that I got is actually the best magic in the game. It's very fortunate that it's the second one you get. It's the best, really. It's just so efficient. It fires in all 4 directions, and it costs 8 gems a piece, which is really not too bad. Now I need to re-equip the dream rod to go into the dream of this dreamy bird, this sleepy bird. Yeah, Turbo is some sort of an Easter egg, sort of, because that dog is in all 3 games of the trilogy. He's in IOG and he's in Terranima as well. So pay respect to Turbo the dog. And he's dead in this game. He was the former protector of the forest. That's quite sad. But here I can afford to tank some damage on the way to the Light Shrine, because I'm fairly close to level 6, which will heal me. That's 2,000 experience points. There's 2 monster layers on the way, which I will not care about. Let's kill this flower, it might have some gems. Okay, just one gem. And now pay attention to this pretty cool strat. Let's attract these guys, kill this guy, wait for the next one, attract these ghosts. Now it's a free-for-all. Let's kill everything. I'm gonna tank damage, but I'm gonna take so much experience from killing everything. I call this the strat where I kill everything, because it's pretty aptly named. And just let's kill the last guy. Now I got the level up and I have full health. I have 48 gems, which is good enough, I think. Yeah, it should be good enough. If I don't screw up the next part. So the next part, I'm gonna try to deal with several monster layers at the same time. And there's one where I will try to spawn monsters, but make it so they don't move after being spawned, which is not super obvious to do. It requires a precise movement, so I'm gonna try to do that. It's gonna come up here. 1. We'll need to move to that square, to that gray square on the top left. 2. 3. 4. Good. Dude, sit up. 5. 6. Just die. Okay, these guys died. I'm gonna wait a bit. Okay, it worked. Nice. So you had the 6 lizard guys all nicely spawned, and they all stayed on the spawner without moving. Because those are enemies which move randomly, so I cannot predict where they're gonna go. And if I try to spawn all of them without really being careful, they will just, when I get over there, they will have moved randomly to various locations, and it's gonna be very chaotic. So that strat is fairly complicated, but it makes it really nice and tidy. Right, there's 8 enemies. This should be the last one. And earlier in the game, I went into a mole hole, a mole's house, and if I had talked to the mole, he would have joined me and lightened up this room. But, well, you know what speedrun will do. Need that, do you? I've taken some damage. I might not do the fancy strat. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's just take the heal. Because going back to the Master Shrine... Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Going back to the Master Shrine heals you. So that's convenient. In a workout strat, in a workout attempt, I will not have done that. But I need to get the teleporter anyway. I would just not have healed before the boss. Okay, let's fight the boss now. I'm gonna need to focus a bit because it's based on positioning. I want to manipulate these statues so they do what I want them to do. Oops, I missed some hits. That's gonna be fine. That's good. Perfect. Nice. Alright. Probably didn't really need to heal, but well. Better safe than sorry. Really better safe than sorry. In a workout strat, I would have just killed the monsters for the monster layers, the monster left for the teleporter. I would have killed them and then gone away immediately after. I would not have released the teleporter. So if I had been killed by the boss, I would have needed to come back here without the teleporter, and that would have wasted minutes. So that's why it's fairly doable, but it's still risky. So I didn't want to take that shot for a marathon run. You never know. And I was already kind of hurt, so I just didn't want to risk it. Alright, we are done with Greenwood. Next stop is St. El's. So this is an under the sea level. I'm gonna visit several islands which are connected by an underwater part. And as this statue explained to me, I have to look for the bubble armor because I'm a human, so I'm not able to breathe in the water. First, I have to deal with the islands one by one, and I cannot yet move between them. Oh, and the other benefit of not dying on the previous boss is that I get to keep all my gems, because I didn't say that, but in this game, if you die, you lose all your gems. And in this dungeon, losing your gems is very bad, because these stone enemies that I need to kill, they have lots of health, and if you don't have magic to kill them, you're going to lose a lot of time. You lose time because of dying to the boss, and you lose even more time here because you have no gems. Now I have 54, which is more than I need. I got fairly lucky with gems. Tiny wait here to spawn the third palm tree enemy. 5 and 6. I don't like how they are placed. Okay, that's fine. This guy, that guy, and finally pressing myself up to the wall, or to a solid surface, so that I can manipulate how the magician's orb is going to circle around me. That's a very interesting strat, because all the magic that you do comes off of the magician's orb, which is circling around you, and you cannot really stop this circling; it's automatic. But you can change the center of rotation of the orb. And you can do that by pressing onto a wall, as I did there. So you have some influence over how magic is going to be cast. So we have freed the mermaid who gives me the bubble clothing, as they say, the bubble armor. Okay, we got it. But I'm not going to equip it right now, because we still have one monster lair in the previous island that we could not get to, waiting for 1 extra damage to optimize my upcoming death roll. I'm gonna have to take 1 more damage. Oh, that's lucky on the gems though. Okay, I cannot shoot 1 more magic, but we're good. Nice. So taking 1 more damage in the water makes it so I will only have 3 health after releasing this mermaid statue instead of 4. And then I can neatly kill myself with one of the bubbles from the fish, because it does damage 3 by 3. So that saves some frames. Not many. So there finally I equipped the bubble armor, and I pre-equipped the thunder ring, which I will get later in the game, in order to optimize menu usage. So the gimmick of this region is that I'm gonna have to go to the next island through the seabed, and in the next island I will have to release the next mermaid statue, which will give me access to the next island, and so on and so on, until I have completed all 4 islands, or 5 if you count the first one. Those enemies are kind of peculiar. They will charge at you if you are aligned with them horizontally or vertically, or 1 square, like 1 full tile away from being aligned. There was 8 of them, I did not recount. I got super lucky on gems, already 34. That's nice. Gem luck is gonna count. I might kill some of the Donkey Kongs with magic. It's gonna save a bit of time. Maybe 1 of them. What's the hardest thing with learning this game? I would say the beginning of Leo's lab. That's gonna be the 5th act. And the beginning of that is quite difficult for newcomers. I will explain why when we get there. This is the 2nd island, Rockbird. There's a lot of monsters there, and you have to dry out some of the lakes to get into more layers. I did not count correctly, the 8 of them. I'm going down 1/2 a tile to spawn one of these DKs early. It saves actually a second. I'm gonna try a nice triple shot with magic now. Bad alignment. Okay, there we go. And let's attract the 2nd bird while I'm at it. So these bird enemies, I don't need to kill them, but they're going to release a medical herb, which is a safety that I usually go for in a marathon run. Again, it's not required. It's not something I would do in a world record attempt, because I'm slightly afraid of Durian, which is the next island, where I might die if I get really unlucky. It rarely happens, honestly. It really rarely happens, but if it does, it's not gonna be nice. Okay, that was the last one. Ah, nice. Nice health depletion. I have only 1 health, so that was pretty perfect on the suicide planning. Because, you guessed it, now that I have released the 2nd mermaid statue, I'm just gonna kill myself to go back. So let's talk to it. It's going to release the path to Durian, the volcanic island. And normally in the game there's a fish who can grant me protection from the falling rocks in Durian. But we don't really need that. There's also a chest which contains mermaid's tears, which will cool down all the lava tiles in Durian. But again, that's not strictly necessary, so we're not gonna go for that. That means I'm going to have to go on some lava and take a lot of damage. So the danger is that I might not have enough health to afford that. Normally I should, but if things go wrong, I might not. Oh, this guy, he's lost. Ah, stupid jellyfish. Okay, there's still one. 28 gems though, that's pretty good. We're good on the gem side. On the gem part of this run is slightly more than average luck, I would say. It's also important to kill some enemies, but not too many, in order to not gain level ups at the wrong places. For example, if you get a level up just before when you're supposed to kill yourself, it's gonna be very long because the level up will give you your full health again. Yeah, I'm waiting for the second bird, so it's gonna follow me, and that will finish off its monster lair. Now again, I'm gonna do only the monster lairs that I need to do. We need to free Lou, the dolphin, because he's gonna give us the thunder ring, which I need. I also need to free the dolphin who helps him out of that cave. You can see that a lot of the enemy AI is fairly similar. You can just place yourself one tile to the left of the monster lair and they will just stay there. They're pretty stupid. Okay, one half tile away from the water, so I can kill these birds and they will not hit me. Yes, Butterbrat, they can, and that's also part of why I hit them a certain way sometimes. Here. Oh, I didn't kill this guy. So I'm gonna take all the magic. I have 42 gems, which should be enough. I'm gonna spend 8 for these two. Ah, I have only 34. I'm gonna need one good gem drop. That's slightly unfortunate. I think the absolute minimum you need with no special luck is 35, and I have 34. That's too bad. But we're gonna have to hope for at least one medium or one big gem from some of the enemies I'm gonna kill. Because after that, I still need to kill 5 monkeys from the lava, and I'm gonna kill 4 of them at a distance, and the last one will try to be closer. I would have only 7 gems for the last one. 6 actually. That's like 7, okay. I'm spawning him. And I'm gonna have to wait for him because I'm just 1 gem short. Okay, there we go. And this is what you're supposed to use the mermaid's tears for. To cool down these lava tiles so they don't damage you. But if you have enough health to afford it, then you can get there without damage. Now we've done everything we need to do, so we can just die. Alrighty. So let's talk to the statue and open up the passage to Blester, the next island. So this is the island where I'm gonna need the Thunder Ring. You will see what its use is. But I need to get it from Lou, so we need to go talk to Lou. That's the thing. All the runners have forgotten at some point. Very easy to forget to go do that little fetch quest. So he's gonna tell us about Dr. Leo and stuff. And Dr. Leo is the inventor of the machine which to summon evil. So he was threatened by the evil king, Magritte. He was threatened into making that machine so that the king could do his evil pacts. And getting rich by selling people's souls. How dark is that? Okay, the Thunder Ring should be equipped because I pre-equipped it earlier. Now it's going to be pretty nice and cozy. There's lots of monster layers I don't care about. Whee! Let's kill these guys. If I get at least one medium gem from the first 4, I might be able to kill the last one with magic. Ah, I got one. I'm gonna have one magic shot. Let's do this for the last one. Nice. I probably didn't save much, but it's still something. Let's go here, let's kill these Donkey Kongs. No. Yes, sometimes there's a little bit of delay in the Thunder Ring usage, so that's what it does. If you equip the Thunder Ring and get close to one of these gold tiles, the thunder will come down. So it's the only way to kill those metal monkeys, because I cannot kill metal enemies yet. I will be able to do that in the future, but so far I can't. So that's why you need the Thunder Ring, just for that one layer. Oh, should have done to the right. Okay. The good thing is I did not have too much experience because you get level 9 at 5,800 and I have 5,715. So that's also one of the things that you are likely to not get right in your first attempts. You might get too much experience or too little, and you might get leveled up before you're supposed to kill yourself, which always wastes a lot of time. And we are en route to the last part of this area, which is the ghost ship. And we're gonna fight a pretty weird monster there. On the way, I'm gonna collect a very important item, which technically is not required. It is the power bracelet, and what it does, it basically doubles my attack power. So you can bet that is very important. Even for a task, you just need it. Even my pokes, instead of doing 1 damage, they're gonna do 2. And that also counts on the bosses. So right on the first boss, it probably already has paid for itself. And it's gonna be super important for all the rest of the game. Technically not required, but it's so useful. Okay, nice, I got to level up. And there I finished off the monster lair. So I will be able to seal it when I get back there later. I'm taking all the damage. I do not care. Let's fight the boss. You cannot really kill his hands, but you can make them disappear. Apparently it's not really possible to kill him in just 2 cycles, so it doesn't matter that I did not manage. And after the 3rd cycle he dies. Make sure that you get him out of the screen very fast, because his explosions cause a lot of lag. It's a fairly easy and straightforward boss. You just have to know about positioning, and be careful about his wavy pattern when he comes back to the top. He might hit you there. There's nobody here to kill me, so I just need to walk off. But we are going to use the teleporter. Remember that monster there that I just killed? It has the teleporter, so we're going to use that. Slightly faster than dying. Now let's talk to the Mermaid Queen, and we are going to get the next stone. You can cancel the last text box with a directional input. So that's what I'm doing usually. Just by knowing what the text is going to be, I recognize what the last text box is, and instead of mashing B to cancel it, I just cancel it with the direction that I'm going to. Make things a bit easier and more convenient. Right now we are in the Mountain of Souls, the fourth act. Again, it's all about finding a correct positioning to hit enemies with. And there's another important thing that I didn't mention, but if you've played this game, you probably noticed, or have a vague idea of it. The character, the hero, is right-handed, and he's right-handed in all directions. It's not like a reversed sprite when you're facing left or right. No, the character is actually different. Well, your appearance is actually different. You are right-handed in all sides. And that does matter, because you want to try to make it so you hit enemies with the tip of your sword, because of the duration of the hitbox of your attack. And that does matter, because if you manage to hit enemies by being placed in a certain way compared to them, they will get hit twice by the same swing of your sword. And that's very important. That's why I try to place myself diagonally compared to them. 5 of them, and I'm going to kill the last one with magic. Nice. Because I know that I'm going to go back there later. So I can just leave the monster there in place, and I will see it later. Let's kill this Yeti. So here this is a frozen lake, and I cannot change directions until I have hit an obstacle, so it's some sort of puzzle to know how to get there, to the end. So I have to accumulate mozzolers. I have 96 gems. Yeah, gems, this run is really good gem-wise. I'm glad about that. This is pretty lucky. Gems are going to be extremely important in the next part, because I'm going to have to face enemies which I only want to kill with magic. Because if I don't have enough gems, killing them with my sword is going to be very slow. Not really because they have lots of health, but because if I get close to them, they will disappear and reappear, and that's waste time. Now I'm coming back to the village to talk to that kid I just released, because he gives me the mushroom shoes, which are required to not slip on the frozen lake. And unfortunately, you need to do that just for one turn. Just one turn on the frozen lake. But apparently there's really no other way. There's really no way to glitch past, because the slippery ice will always get you. You just can't make that turn. And I've tried. I have tasked this game some years ago, and I did not figure out a way to skip the mushroom shoes. So you need to go back, get them, come back here on foot. Waste a solid minute. $97 gems is good. It's pretty good. We're gonna find some wizards, and it's gonna be very convenient to fight them with magic. Okay, let's go back to the power bracelet now. So let's go here to spawn the first jello enemy, or it's supposed to be. It's a slime, probably more apt. This is actually a multi-spawner, but with a very, very slow rate. I think it's like 5 seconds between spawns. Again, only the last kill is kind of important. But not even that much, because you still have to wait for the spawn rate even after the last enemy has appeared. That's why it took some time for the monster layer to explode. So as it took some time, I was still optimal. Okay, here, these are the enemies that I want to kill with magic, because they are a pain. I don't want to get close. Next up, another very annoying monster lair. This is my new technique for it. Okay, got it. Nice. That was good. The orb alignment was really favorable. This is going pretty well. Not gonna lie. And 6 more bats that we're gonna kill with magic. So shout out to Lost Core for this strategy, which is very simple and convenient. Just tuck yourself into the corner, manipulate your orb so that you will kill the bat from right to left. It's fairly easy. I do waste gems though, but that's expected. It's much easier than killing those bats by sword. You have to mind exactly when you have to throw the magic. You have to kind of estimate when the enemies are when their invincibility frames are going to wear off. And so it's all a matter of timing. Now we're going to get a new sword for the first time. We have skipped the second and third swords, but this one I actually need to get it. And it's not really because it's a good sword, well, it's actually pretty good, but I need it, otherwise the grandpa will not let me through the next part of the dungeon. He will just simply tell me, hey, go away, you can't go here, it's too dangerous. And there's also something I haven't explained about swords. They have a level requirement. Which means that if I don't meet the level requirement, for example, the Lucky Blade I just got has a level requirement of 15, I can still equip them, but I can only poke with the sword. I cannot swing it. And that is going to matter a lot in the later part of the run. Okay, that's the last guy. Let's kill all of those. The good thing is I still benefit from the power of the Lucky Blade, which is to give me better luck on the gem drops. So that's still a thing, even though I don't have level 15. Is there any rhyme or reason to the experience level up threshold? No, they're fixed. I don't really know exactly how they are determined, but they are fixed, that's all. Okay, nice. That was pretty good. And this is the grandpa, who leads me to the next part of the dungeon, and he won't let me through if I don't have the Lucky Blade. We could die out to get out, but using the teleporter is just a bit faster, and I get to keep my gems, which is invaluable. Because as you saw, killing those wizrobes without magic, well, you probably didn't see it because I killed all of them with magic, but if I did not, you would go close to them and then they would disappear and reappear, which wastes a lot of time. He is not hit at all. That was really unlucky. 49 gems, okay, that's not bad. Okay, there's 4 of them here. Knowing how many enemies there are in each monster is something that you acquire when you run the game a lot. You eventually remember. And it's really important to know how many enemies there are per monster lair, for each monster lair, because you know that you have killed all of them, so you can already start walking towards the monster lair to seal it. And that saves maybe a second for each monster lair. It's actually huge. This is a very slow spawner. There we go. That's 4 of them. Okay, another lost core strat. I'm gonna spawn the bats. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Dude, that was unlucky. Okay. Oh, they're dead. Oh, I don't have my bracelet equipped. And I've taken some hits. I won't die to this boss. So this boss is not really hard. You just stay in front of him, and you will dodge his attacks. Let's just make sure I dodge his first thing. And the 2 fireballs that he casts, you don't even need to dodge them. They don't hit you if you don't move. It's a really easy boss. And he will die in 4 cycles. I could go back to the first sword and swing it, but there would be no point to it. I would not do more than 2 damage a piece. So it's better to just poke at the boss. I'm actually going to poke at all bosses in the game, except for the last one. Just because it does as much as swinging, but with poking, I am certain that I will do the best possible DPS. Because I will hit enemies at the best possible rate. As long as the enemy is in the hitbox of my poking sword, it's gonna take a hit. So it's gonna take a hit every 8 frames. I'm a bit concerned about gems. 2, 3. Gems, please. Yes, I got some of them there. Oh, by the way, something I did not explain. In the beginning of Mountain of Souls, I got the magic armor, which is really good because it halves the magic consumption. So now, instead of costing 8 gems, my magic only costs 4, and that's really convenient. Oh, dude, die. Yeah, I think I have enough magic to kill all of them. Oh, this is not going well. I'm placing myself here to take some damage because I intend to take a death shortcut later. Okay, that was not very good. We're gonna get both dancing grandmas. You will see them dance next to the end of the game. That's gonna be fun. I'm unequipping my armor so I can die quicker. So here, in a warrior cut attempt, I will not equip my armor again right now, but I'm doing it because it's not a warrior cut attempt. I don't want to make it too hard on myself. So let's speak to the 4th NPC who gives me the 4th MacGuffin, and we will be going to Leo's lab, the 5th part of the game. If you run out of gems, you have to defeat enemies. There's no other way to get gems back. But you can find some gems in some chests. There's a lot of chests with gems that I'm ignoring. So yeah, you can find some chests with gems. Now this sword is explaining me something really important. In the next dungeon there's going to be a lot of metal enemies, and so far I can't kill them. So I just have to do some of the layers that I can do with the non-metal enemies, which I can kill, in order to unlock the Zantetsu sword. And the Zantetsu sword, in Japanese, it literally means cuts metal, or cuts steel, I think. So you can guess that it's a sword which will allow me to damage metal enemies. However, the Zantetsu sword, which I'm gonna pick up right now, has a level requirement of 16, which is too high for me. I'm still level 13, so I cannot swing it. This is the reason why this part is often considered to be one of the hardest to learn for new runners. It's because I have to poke everything to death, and that's dangerous. The good thing is I'm very close to level 14, so taking damage now is okay. I think I'm gonna get level 14 just with this guy. Okay, good. It was slightly late. It's weird, but it's okay. Oops. Okay, that's fine. Enemies are gonna appear here. Oh, dude. Just die. Nice, I didn't take any damage. That's good. I think I will do the optimal movement through the lava. I can take one more damage, but we'll save some time. Oh, and those are the metal mice. They move very fast, and they are very annoying. I took a hit, but that's fine. Yeah, I will take damage by the lava 3 times here. Oh, I was not supposed to get hit by the bulldozer. He damages a lot. It has 7. So these are some of the worst enemies to kill with pokes. So you have to mind your placement. It's really about that. Okay, good. In my PB, I missed one of these guys, and it cost me like 18 seconds. The good thing is you have that monster lair over there that you can use just to respawn the 3 mice, in case that happens. So you don't lose too much time, because if you miss a mouse, it's gonna wander somewhere for a long time, and it will come back in like 30 seconds. Okay, let's try a fairly new strat. Accumulate and do these 2 monsters lair at the same time. Spawn, spawn. It's not that new, but it's still fairly new. That's the last one of these guys. Come on. Nice. Okay, it exploded. Great, that was pretty good. Yeah, I know this music is really good. It's possibly the best in the game. Again, I have to kill some mice. I'm really mindful about my position. I still don't have the level up? Okay, that's fine though. Well, I'm gonna lose time because I'm gonna get it with the next enemies. So I will get level 15 just before the death warp, which kind of sucks. Because my suicide is gonna be really slow. Let's take my armor off. And on the top left, there is a teleporter you can unlock, but well, dying is just faster than killing that monster there. And if you noticed, I have level 15 now, so we can swing the Lucky Blade. So let's equip it again and go to the next dungeon, which fortunately does not have any metal monsters, so I can kill them with the Lucky Blade. So this is a really peculiar world, because it's a model town, so all the enemies are like models of little men. It's pretty fun. This area lags a lot, so you don't want to use too much magic. I think it's because of the animation of the water or something. Yeah, this is a really laggy area. A little bit later we're gonna fight some invisible monsters, And there is an NPC you can talk to get the power to see those monsters. Again, that's not required, so we'll skip that. Just kill this guy by a sword. And this was actually an invisible catapult. But, well, if you know where it is, no problem. So I don't need to go talk to the door that gives me the power of reality, or whatever it's called. Yeah, I made some lag there. I'm also dealing with several monsters at the same time. This one with the horsemen, and the one with the little men there. I'm not relying too much on magic, just because I don't want to make the game lag too much. That's the last one. Okay, it exploded. The one at the bottom left. So this unlocks the second model town, which we're gonna go to right away. And I'm not gonna die out of this dungeon, because, well, the second model town is just near the first one, so it's better to go there directly. That's why I killed the horseman there. Okay, that was an optimal entry. And this one is pretty nice in the speedrun, because we just need to do one monster layer here. Just one. So I'm gonna go straight to it and dodge everything. There are some chests, there's a lot of things in this game that I'm not doing. This game has a lot of surprises, a lot of NPCs you can unlock. I think that was one. Okay, that was not very good. There's 6 invisible catapults, I know where they are. So I tried to place my orb in order to hit most of them. Didn't work very well. Now we can die, because we have unlocked the path to the final dungeon in this area. This is the power plant. This is one I don't really like, but especially because of the randomizer. It's one you never want to have to visit. This is not a randomizer. This is the normal game, so you have to do everything. Now I'm doing something which is also technically not required. I'm getting the knight's armor. But it is so powerful, so good, that passing it up would make the run so much more dangerous, and probably longer in the end. It only costs like 12 seconds to get. Not getting it would probably cost way more, unless you're at Haas. Everhate, the late Everhate, who loved this game, he made a run, he did a run where he did not collect either the power bracelet or the light armor, and that was really painful. But it was a brilliant run, honestly. Here I'm killing these enemies. That's also not something I would do in a warlock attempt. But I'm a little bit scared of the next boss, so I'm gonna release the teleporter, get it to have my health back, and I will also use it to come back after the boss. In a warlock attempt, I will just do the boss without healing, and then get killed on those helicopters I just killed. So with all your health, this is pretty easy. Unfortunately, the missiles that drop from the sky, they are random. There, I could just afford to tank all the damage, but in a warlock attempt, with the little health that you have left here, you can only afford to take 2 damage, so it's quite scary. It's unmanageable if you don't get too bad luck from the missiles, but you have to actively move in a way to make sure you dodge all the fireballs, so it's a little bit scary. So that's another thing that I'm leaving on the table for a marathon run. Yes, sorry, I mentioned Everhate. In his honor, every year there is a Soul Blazer annual race. I think we've done already 5 of those. And that is also the reason why I named my character E after him. still think there's nobody else who has done a low percent run of this. And it was only I think a 140.08, which was the any percent world record at the time. It was a really impressive run. Still is. A run with no power bracelet. No, he did take the power bracelet, but he did not take the light armor. And he did not take the super bracelet at the end either. Both of which are very scary to do. Okay, 5 down, 1 more to go. We are doing Magritte's castle now. And we are going to be faced with ghosts, which I cannot defeat. Either with magic or with my swords. But fortunately, there is the new sword right there. I just need to kill this guy. We're going to get the harp string, which is hidden here. And the spirit sword. The spirit sword helps me defeat ghosts, all the spirit enemies. But it's a level 19 requirement sword, so I cannot swing it. And those ghosts, oh my god, they are a pain. They move randomly, disappear randomly, and I can influence a little bit what they do. Oh dude, that's very unlucky. I try to take some damage to get more hits in. Well, didn't go too well, but most of it is bad RNG, to be honest. I'm gonna have a new batch of them. I'm gonna try to do a glitch. If you swing a sword and then switch swords during the swing, you will effectively swing the new sword that you have selected. Okay, good. Nice. So that's good, but you don't want to do that to do only that because it's very slow to switch swords all the time. So I did it only once because I had the Zantetsu equipped, and I wanted to equip the spirit sword back, so I knew that I had to do one sword switch anyway, so might as well make use of the glitch. There I took a strange bottle. It's the only one I'm going to use in the run. There's a lot in the game. What they do is, if you have one equipped as you die, you will consume the bottle, and you will get all your gems won't be lost. That's what it does. You will not lose your gems. I have 44 gems. That's pretty good. So the reason why I took this bottle is that I want to keep the gems that I finished this dungeon with. I want to take them to the next dungeon, because I'm gonna take a death, as usual. And here I have 61 of them, so it's a good deal. And I'm gonna get more from the ghosts after. I don't want to go on with the spikes. That was not very good. It's okay, it's okay. We're gonna have to deal with more RNG with the ghosts. There's 7 ghosts in here. For the last few, I'm gonna try to go here and take some damage from him. Oh, that was the last one. I should have taken more damage, but that's fine. I did not count how many I killed already. So now I'm gonna equip Zantetsu again, remove my armor, and equip the strange bottle. I'm gonna die. Just kill me. Okay. 82 gems is nice. Armor back, and the harp string that I got at the beginning. I'm going to give it to a singer who can perform music thanks to it, and by performing music, it will make a guard move. And there was a card under the guard's foot. So that's the thing. You need to make that guy move to get the card which was under him. I fell in love just once in like 24 years. There was a girl who took care of me. And he loves her, and the girl's name was something like Lisa. And he's not too sure. He's in love, but he's not too sure. That's her name. This is the platinum card, which I need to get into the left tower. Let's make sure that I don't forget to put the bracelet again. 1, 2, let's kill that guy over there. That accumulates monsters. This area is very laggy, one of the laggiest in the whole game. Nice, I killed one of the horses now. I have a lot of gems, that's nice. I'm gonna kill everybody here like this. One more. I know I'm taking a lot of damage, but that should be fine. Okay, good. That was pretty fast. Nice. Be careful though. But I'm about to get level 19. 32 gems also should be enough, I think. But, the room after that is a prison with lots of enemies that have to kill with magic. Yeah, my health is low, but I should be really close to level 19. Level 19 is at 82,000, I think. Yeah, I think it's 82,000 experience points. There's a lot of monster layers that I need to clear up over there. Some magic, everybody. Okay, there we got the level up. Good. And this is something that Elmagus discovered. Logically, you want to clear the two on the top and then the two on the bottom, because you want to finish with the bottom right one, because that's the fairy who takes you out. But it is actually faster to do it like this. Do the bottom left first, and then the top two, and then go back to the bottom right. The reason for this is that if you have Dr. Leo saved before you save the soldier next to him, Leo is gonna have a lot less text. He's not gonna tell his whole story, and that saves time. It's an interesting find. Is it the final dungeon? Not really. It's getting close though. After this we have the right tower, which will be the final dungeon of this area, and after that will be the final actual dungeon, the final world. Okay, so I went back, I saved the queen, and I have to tell her that she's pretty. That's the thing. You think I'm pretty? Yes. You have to say yes. Yeah, she is really shallow. She gives me the VIP card, and I have level 19 now, so I can swing the spirit sword, so that's why I equipped it again. Let's make sure I equip the bracelets. Oops, that's it. Ah, dude. Let's kill these guys. This is a long chain of monster layers to resuscitate the castle, which is required, otherwise King Magritte will not respawn. Let's try to kill the two on the top. Okay, no, it's not too bad. Not fantastic though. And ActRaiser asset reusage is real, that's true. Quintet reused a lot of its assets, especially sounds, and the HUD also, you can see that it's very similar. Like, your health bar looks the same as in ActRaiser. And also the font of the text is the same in the 3 games, the 3 Soul Blazer trilogy games. Another small strat that is also fairly recent in worked attempts is to not heal in this teleporter before the boss. That only saves a few seconds, but I'm not gonna do that. It's very risky. It's doable though to beat the boss without it, without the health refill, but it's scary. Might as well take the 3 seconds to take the health refill. This is the longest cutscene in the game. And usually we have, when I speedrun this game, we have a little game with the viewers. The next boss is going to be a really trolly bird. And he has 2 patterns, the good one and the bad one, which is the dives. And you can try to guess how many dives I will get. So this can be as low as 0 if I'm very lucky. In average it can be something like 3, 4. In extreme cases it can be like 22. That has happened, not to me but to Genja23. Shoutouts to him. There is a highlight of that. So you can try to guess the number of dives I'm about to get. Hey, Dawn says 0. Why not? Thank you. I hope that is gonna bring me luck. 0, of course, is optimal, but well, it's not up to me. Dr. Leo is giving me the key to the airship. Just before he is killing himself. I'm supposed to go and comfort her, but I don't care. Let's just go to the boss. I'm such a bad boyfriend. You have to equip the key, and now I'm gonna have to go back to equipping the power bracelet for the boss. One. Okay, it's already not 0. 2. Right? Restart. 2. I need 2 of those patterns. Okay, nice. That's just 2. 2 is good. Pretty good. It's like average. Average good. Nice. Hey, Sin was right. Sin has it. 2 dives was the correct answer. Congratulations. We're going to see a little cutscene with Lisa. She's going to tell me she's sad that her father passed away, and she is loosely telling me her feelings for me. That is so sad. I love. Please leave while my back is turned is the last text that she says. So you can skip that text already with a directional input. Now we have to go talk to Magritte and get the last of the 6 stones. But before that, let's go where the queen was standing for a little bit of a game secret. So it's called the invulnerable bracelet, but it doesn't make me invincible. It actually accumulates the effects of both bracelets in the game, the power and the defense bracelet. So now I have double power with my sword and double defense, which is very convenient. It only costs like 11 seconds to get, but it's still in the route, just because of how good it is. Because it enables harder strats in the World of Evil. I can tank more damage because of the double defense, so I can do faster strats, and it evens out. Makes stuff much nicer. It used to be a strat to skip it, but, well, it wasn't that good, actually. We are now getting to the final act. Now the master is telling me what I need to do, because we're still not really done with the game. He's telling me that I cannot defeat Death Toll just yet, with the current state of things, because I'm going to need a special magic, which is called the Phoenix, and to get the Phoenix, I need to invoke him, and I need to retrieve 3 items to get that, to do that. Okay, let's get this. I'm going to try a difficult strat now. I'm gonna need to focus a bit. Attract these 2. Kill this guy. Kill. 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 Okay, now go to the top and attract everybody. Kill the flies which come from the top. I'm gonna kill this too. It should be the last. Okay, let's get rid of this. That should be the end. Both. Nice. Okay, that was pretty perfect. I got level 21 a bit early, but I did not even suffer from it, because... Okay, let's kill this guy like this. I still have all my health, so it's looking really good for the rest of the dungeon. I'm gonna tank all the damage, because we have a herb that we got in the previous dungeon, and I intend to use it very soon. Switch to it, by the way. Okay, there we go. And I got the soul armor, which is required to survive this area. Oh, I missed it. Let's try to kill the flies. There's 6 flies. Dude, what's with that? There's such cool crap sometimes. Wait for the next one. I'm gonna take it with me and kill it here, and that's the last one. Alright. Now we have the soul blade, so we can finally kill those rotating bricks. They are worth 4,000 experience points apiece, which is extremely convenient for the little grinding for experience that I'm gonna do. So the reason why you have to grind is that I need to swing the Soul Blade, and it has a level requirement of 24. And as this game is called Soul Blazer, of course, the threshold for level 24 is 420,000 points. How about that? And I swear it's true. So considering that I'm grinding right now, and with all the enemies that I will have to kill later, the magic number here to reach is about 374,700. So I'm going to try to calculate my kills such that I get this number before going on. I'm going to need two more kills. There we go. Now we can go. Kill this. No. I'm not going to get level 24 right here, but with the rest of the enemies I need to kill, it should be just enough. A bit more than just. Let's switch back to a sword I can swing. And we are going to get the first of the 3 items required to spawn to get the Phoenix. This is the red hot ball. And the other 2 are located in previous areas. So we're going to have to go back to Act 3 and Act 2. So Act 3, we have to go back to Durian, because there were some metal enemies there which I could not kill, and now I can. And by doing so, I will release a mermaid who will give me the second item, second red hot item. In the process, I'm going to try to take some damage because, again, I'm going to use death as a shortcut to come back to the hub. I'm passing through enemies and in the hope of getting more damage. And I'm taking damage constantly because I don't have a bubble armor equipped, in case you were wondering. But that's convenient. These are the enemies. Take some damage from these things. And there we go. Got the grenade. How much health do I have? Yeah, probably too much to die in just 4 damage. Or maybe just 4. Okay, just 4, that's good. That gets rid of my gems, but I don't really need them. So it doesn't really matter. So let's go talk to her. She's gonna give me the red hot stick. And last, the third item is in Act 2, in the Light Shrine. This time we're gonna have to kill spirit enemies, which we could not kill before. But the soul blade that I have equipped right now kills everything. It can kill metal enemies and soul enemies, and even some other enemies that nothing else can kill, like the spike traps in some areas, or the snowballs. That's pretty cool. And they do give you a lot of experience, like a few thousand. It's never more than the rotating bricks in the Board of Evil. Hey, Benjinator, thanks. We already have level 24, so that's good. These were the last enemies that I needed to kill. Yeah, I guess I killed 1 brick too many. Because I have 424,000 experience points, when 420,000 was enough. So it was not completely perfect, but that's okay. So we spawned a bird, and this bird is afraid of us, so he's gonna move over to the right, and we have to surprise him from behind. Otherwise, he's not gonna talk to us. And if you fail that, which has happened to me in a few runs, you waste 15 seconds, because he flies back to the left, and you have to make him fly back to the right. You lose 15 seconds. In a pretty stupid way. Are you ready for some dancing action? Yeah, he's telling me everything I need know already. He's telling me, hey, if you find the 3 items, bring them back to me. And I've done it. And dancing grandmas! Ta-da-da! There we go, we got Phoenix. That also spawns the location of the final boss. So you need to equip the Soul Blade, the Soul Armor, and Phoenix in order to be able to cast Phoenix. And you need to swing the sword, so you need level 24. In case you are wondering, if we could do the Soul Switch glitch that I mentioned earlier, it unfortunately does not work to cast Phoenixes. You can swing the Soul Blade that way if you don't have level 24, but it will not launch a Firebird. So it doesn't work. You really need level 24. Alright, we are in go mode. We have everything. We just need to go defeat the final boss. Hey, we're gonna get a pretty good time, I think. It's not even, it's like 134. My PB is 134.03 or something. It's actually fairly close. Yeah, this has been a pretty good run. Alright, the final boss takes... he has 100 HP. First, I need to defeat all the 4 flames, so he becomes vulnerable. Unfortunately, the timing is really wrong, so I'm getting a lot of lag. I'll try to mitigate that, but it really depends on how much time I need to go from flame to flame. I did not count my number of cycles. If I play optimally, I can kill him in 12 cycles. But if it was not good enough, it's going to be 13 cycles. Dude, there's so much. I should maybe delay a bit. Ah, nice. Yeah, 135. Okay. That's like a minute 30 over my PB. Which is a really good time for a marathon. I'm not sure, but this might actually be my best marathon run. Or race run. Yeah, there was no death. Gems were pretty good. Even though I took some easier strats, like before the second boss or before the 5th boss, still I'm getting a really good time. That's nice. So there you go. This is the end of the first game of the Soul Blazer trilogy. Really one of my favorite games. Such a nice speedrun. Pretty easy to get into, because the mechanics are very simple, but super difficult to master. Because when you want to get really good at the game, you're gonna have to manage spawn rates and try to manage monster layers at the same time. And also magic is not easy to use well. But it's a really fun game. Oh, and by the way, this game has a randomizer. Nudge nudge, wink wink. Thanks everybody for the GGs. Hey Sumera, what's up? Hey Yagamoth, Synstream, hi everybody. Nice to have you here. What do we have after this? We're gonna have Chrono Trigger Jets of Time randomizer. Is that a ROM hack? That sounds pretty amazing. Hey, thank you very much, Taifu. Yeah, I've been running this game since 2014 or 15. It's one of my oldest speed games, and one I like really much. So shoutouts to the people who run this. Lost Core, who also has a really good time. He destroys me at the randomizer also. And there's Synstream, who's in chat right now. There's Don Matheson also, who has run this. And shoutouts again to Everhate, who ran it. And Elmagus also has run it. He has held the record. I think in this game, I've lost the record to 3 different people in my history of playing this. It's quite awesome. I've lost the record to Everhate, to Elmagus, and to Lost Score. And is that it? Yeah, anyway, there's a lot of people who have contributed to the route of this game. A lot of great runners who deserve some recognition. And yeah, if you want to get into Soul Blazer, don't hesitate, it's super fun.